Hey, 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 I think I've got the right place to be. Hello, this is Let's Go Live Show, and this is Jane Gardner, and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're back. And today I tried a different background because I felt like it, and I'm not too thrilled with it, so maybe next time we'll have a different one. But we're doing the Let's Go Live shows, so let's get started. I'm Jane Gardner, and welcome. You are at the Let's Go Live show, which is all about going live and connecting with your audience. So today it's going to be about mindset, and we'll talk a little bit about myself, I guess, when it comes to mindset. But first off, I just want to say hi. And if you want more information about the Let's Get Visible show as well as the Let's Go Live show, you can go to the letsgetvisibleshow.com and sign up there and get notifications and get on the list and get lots of information about getting online and becoming a broadcaster. So let's go and let's do the presentation because we need to get to work. So let's go. So yeah, we are going to share yourself to connect with your audience by the end of this year-long program. The Let's Go Live show will be doing various things, and every week I'll tell you the outline for the show and where we're at. So let's go and have a look at who I am. So I'm Jane Gardner. I work with my husband in our structural engineering firm in Western Canada. And for the last 6 years, I've been going online and sharing with my broadcasting software trainings and shows. And we've had one show that we developed in 2016. I was very interested in it then, and it was very easy to do with Google Hangouts, and I did it for a year. And I'm still using that video, even though I'm much older now. But obviously, we are here because I want to share with you the wisdom that you need to get out there. I have at least 4 channels on Roku and Fire TV, and a lot of it is just from broadcasting trainings because, of course, Roku and Fire TV are all video based, and I have an ultimate TV channel system that I use in order to do that broadcasting. But that's just me and who I am, and so let's go and have a look at the Let's Go Live show outline. Now, we discussed in the last, I think, couple episodes why you need to go live, and we won't go over that again because you know why you need to go live. It's all based on your business. And today we're going to start looking at mindset, and then after that, studio setup, video off camera, video on camera. Then we're going to have a look at the free platforms to go live. Facebook Live, YouTube, LinkedIn Live, mobile, how you can use that instead, as well as the free broadcasting software. It turns out XSplit isn't free anymore, but OBS is definitely free, and of course you can always go and broadcast from your phone, and I'll show you how you can do that with a few of the apps that are free or not free. And then there's the paid broadcasting software like Zoom and XSplit and StreamYard and etc. etc. There's many companies that are doing broadcasting software because, of course, potentially it's great for business, and so they are developing their own software. Some of them are better than others. But we'll discuss that at another time. And then we'll be discussing multi-stream broadcasting software. So something like Restream. I'm using OneStream. I'm on, I think about 10, 15 channels right now, I think. So if you're there, hi. Including YouTube, which is quite powerful, being on YouTube. And then also we'll be interviewing entrepreneurs who have a show. I can count on my fingers the numbers who regularly go out there every week and do a show. So I'll be contacting them and seeing if they'll come and talk to us about their challenges and the rewards of having your own show. And we'll also hopefully interview software companies and get to know their software a bit more, as well as what's upcoming in their software. A lot of them are developing new ideas and new software. And we'll have the Get on Camera Challenge quarterly, which is coming up. And we'll, of course, interview the new entrepreneurs who are having success with the show as well, so that they can tell us what it's like to not be familiar and what things can happen, as well as what rewards they've had from getting live. So that's the outline for the Let's Go Live show. And of course, that'll be over the year. And right now, we're going to say why you need to go live, of course, is you need to be seen. The internet is a vast place, and in order for you to find your audience, you need to get out there onto their platform and say hi by going live and sharing some value so that they come to see you again. So let's go and say, why aren't you going on camera on a regular basis? So do you only go on camera when you're selling something on a webinar, or do you even do that? Do you just use presentation slides and everybody wonders, who's that person behind the slides? Is that the VA, or is that the actual person who's selling me that stuff? So it's always a resistance to buying when people don't know who there is behind the camera. And are you afraid of being on camera? Has you stopped yourself from being on camera? We're all human, and we're all different, so we should be able to accept differences. I have watched myself age over the last 5 years quite dramatically, and I still get on camera. And are you afraid of being imperfect and making mistakes? Well, I've done that many times, and certainly could tell you stories about the things that I've done. But I'm not going to right now, because we're going to talk about you. Are you afraid that no one will be interested in what you have to say? Well, you have to look at that as something that has to do with mindset. And are you afraid that you aren't an expert, so you shouldn't be sharing? Another mindset problem, as well as, are you overwhelmed by all the tech you need to know to be on camera? Well, you know that you can certainly get some training in order to use one tech and get to know it well and be more confident. So that's not so much a mindset problem as an overwhelmed by everything problem. And you need to consider your mindset also for that. And are you unable to take the first step and get yourself on camera? And we'll have a little quick story on that one in a minute. Are you inconsistent with sharing on camera? Do you do it once a year? Do you feel invisible when you're on camera? And certainly, as there is no one here, and I haven't turned on my video, so there you go. We'll have to use my... See, I'm all about mistakes. So I'll have to use my my XSplit recording instead of my Zoom recording to do this, because I didn't turn on my camera on my Zoom. But it's only me here, so it doesn't matter. So let's go and... Oop. Oh, really? Here's a tip for you. You cannot minimize your Zoom workplace when you are recording this meeting. Okay. I'll have to move it over then. Great. Well, do you feel invisible? Well, I was invisible, and you never saw me on Zoom because I didn't turn on my camera. So mindset is everything. And I can tell you right now that I'm on YouTube, I hope, fingers crossed, and there is someone watching, so thank you. And mindset is everything. Because when you have your mindset, then you can move forward with any challenge. So we're going to look at why you might have some problems with, excuse me, I don't use the word problems, I use issues, mistakes. with being on camera, being imperfect. Don't think anybody will be interested. You don't consider yourself an expert. Overwhelmed, and you're just unable to take the first step and get yourself on camera. Well, come and do my challenge. Are you inconsistent with sharing on camera, and do you feel invisible? We've discussed all these, and you need to be mindful. So we're going to discuss next week about some of the ways that you can increase your confidence, and boost your self-esteem, and you have value that you can share and help others. If you have to have that first, and that's why you're here. Because in order to get over that first hurdle of getting on camera, you're going to have to train your mind to be mindful. But it's an easy way to share your value if you're on camera, if you plan ahead all your on-camera lives. So as long as you plan and you know what you're going to say, unlike me, you can have a really good presentation. But first, before you go on camera, you have to remove your negative thoughts about doing it. Because I'll tell you what. Let me change the slide so that when I get on camera, boom, 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 hello. When I get on camera, it looks a bit tidy. It's tidier than it could be. It could be better. Yes. It could be better. Mindset is everything. Right now, I am feeling a bit unconfident because I didn't get it so all my shadows are disappeared and just a white background. And of course, we don't look at ourselves too closely. Anyway, so mindset is everything. And I've just mentioned some of the reasons that that people stop from getting on camera. And I'll tell you today, it took me kicking myself in my pants to get me on camera today, because there is just so much to do in my house and with work that this was difficult to do. So it took me about a month ago. I had the idea. Look, I mean, I know that everybody knows how to go live now. Since the pandemic, people had to learn how to use Zoom, and so they're not thrilled with being on Zoom, they're not thrilled with being on camera, but they knew they had to if they wanted to talk one-on-one with people. So, I mean, there's a lot of people who don't need to be learning about Let's Going Live. They've done it, they're on Zoom all the time, they're at work, they do it all the time. But this is more about sharing your wisdom and sharing your business with others in order to have a connection with others on the internet. That is worldwide, basically. You can share with one person on Zoom or two, now you can broadcast from Zoom, I think, with a webinar, etc. But you can't get the same live sort of connection without doing this. So even though I know that a lot of people know how to use Zoom, I decided to do the Let's Go Live show because, of course, I'll show you the book that I created about doing your first show and how everyone should be. I feel that everyone should be doing their own show and showing the value that they have to share on the internet. Wherever they might do it, whether it's Facebook or LinkedIn. There are people doing it, but there's not as many as could be. And YouTube. And because they feel like, okay, there's other influencers out there already doing it and I don't need to do it. Well, that's not true. They need to share your experience and find out about you. So about a month ago, I thought, I should do it anyway, because I can count on my hands the number of people I see doing a weekly show, and here I am writing a book about it. I did it back in 2016 as a challenge, and I certainly, if you want to go for a 365-day challenge with me and do your own show, I would certainly reward you for doing that. But yeah, I did that in 2016 with Google Hangouts, and now, of course, I have 365 video recordings that I can use to make a television shows on Roku and Amazon Fire, and obviously they're all on YouTube. So if you go and you take the action, you will create something. So mindset is everything. Because even today, I still have to kick myself in the pants to get started this morning. So that's all I wanted to say, was that even though I'm used to doing this and I can press the stream and record button, and if I make a mistake, I don't care really. And I just keep going. And I'm imperfect, and that's why I am imperfect. That's why I don't wear makeup. I do brush my hair and make myself tidy, but I want people to see that you don't have to be perfect if you don't want to, in terms of getting live on camera. And, mindset is important to realize that you don't have to be perfected. Person who's got a stylist, and you do need decent lighting, by the way, but that's for another day. So let's continue. So if you trust the value you have to share, you can practice mindfulness to boost your self-esteem, to get you moving. Living in the present means you have a non-judgmental acceptance of who you are. You forget about the mistakes you make, and you just live in the present. So get rid of that self-talk that says, I don't feel like doing it today. Who'd want to hear what I have to say? I'm going to be alone on this broadcast, but who cares? I don't look good today, so let's try it tomorrow. All this kind of negative self-talk will stop you from doing anything. So it will never happen, as you will always find excuses for not doing it if you use and consider all your negative self-talk. So this self-talk has a direct impact on how you feel about yourself, so learn to be aware of this negative self-talk. If you call yourself names, that's a sign that you've been engaging in negative self-talk that can lower your self-esteem. Some people call themselves stupid or idiot when they consider doing something. This internal self-talk also tells them why they can't. You'll tell yourself things like, I'm not smart enough, I'm too dumb to do it, it's too hard to do. I could give you a whole list of the negative self-talks. When you allow these thoughts to run rampant, you can get into the mindset that you can't do something, that you're unworthy, and then your feelings follow that internal self-talk until it becomes a belief. This habit can be so ingrained within you that the negative self-talk plays constantly in your mind, so much so that it becomes like white noise. What mindfulness does is it brings your attention to the inner dialogue that's eroding your self-esteem, and then you learn what this internal conversation is doing to you and how it's impacting your emotions. And then mindfulness helps you to learn to accept who you are without expectations or blaming. So you'll gain skills that you'll use to learn how to raise your confidence and acceptance of others. As well, it will, of course, get you to get on live, on camera. So next time, we'll look at strategies to boost your self-esteem and confidence so that pressing the start button is going to happen and that you're going to get on camera. And, of course, if you're interested, you can get my book, 7 Steps to Produce Your First Show, on how to set up your studio and how to do a show and how to make it so it's an easy show planned ahead of time, easy to do, and also get notifications, checklists, and resources at http://jane-gardner.com/live. Get on my list, which specializes in producing your first show, and you will get checklists on how to set up your studio with lights and what systems you should use and what ideas for what kind of cameras you should buy, etc. So if there's any questions for Let's Go Live, you can send them to me at http://jane-gardner.com/live, or you can go to the Let's Get Visible show Let's Get Visible show.com and sign up there for how to get visible, as well as the Let's Go Live show. So thank you for listening, and this is Jane Gardner, and now it's time for me to get back to work. See you next time with a different background, I think.